What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Purple Underground. My name is Micah, aka C, capital M to the S in the flesh, aka the One. And I got with me the Don Mega himself, my big bro, P. Ross in the building.
Yo, this P. Ross in the building representing for the Purple Underground.
Yeah. So today we are here to do an album review and discussion about a musical veteran, some will say legend, straight out of Minneapolis, musician, producer, songwriter, all of that. And simply talking about Andre Cymone. And we here at the Purple Underground, we're going to put some respect on Andre Cymone. You know. So we're going to,
out,
as you can see.
Can we take a minute to appreciate this album art? You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. Raise it up a little bit. Just raise it up just a little bit.
Andre had the juicy Jerry curl.
Yeah.
You know. But what I want to get y'all attention on, y'all can see this is this outfit this guy got on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this was some futuristic shit right here. You know what I'm saying? It kind of reminded me of the movie Tron. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what the album cover
so you know
is reminding me of as well.
Yeah.
So we are here to, as you can see, discuss Andre Cymone's 1982 debut album, Livin in the New Wave, which was released on Columbia Records. As you can see, P. Ross showing off his copy. Let me ask you something, bruh. Is that vinyl in mint condition? Or?
It's in excellent condition.
Okay, that's what's up. It looks real clean too.
Yes, sir. Well, you know, we here in the Purple Underground, you know what I'm saying, we tend to take care of our vinyl products very well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. This album came out, according to a source, told me around the fall of 1982. Just a real quick backstory of my first discovery of this album. Back in 2004, me and P. Ross's mutual friend Skip, shout out to Skip, when I first met him, before I met P. Ross, we found out, he found out I was a big Prince fan, so we got to talking, chit-chatting, exchanging stories. So he started, try to figure me out where was I at when it came to the whole Prince thing. So he brought up about Andre Cymone, and I told him, I said, yeah, I know who Andre is. He asked me if I ever heard any of his solo work. I said, no, I haven't. So me and Skip used to work together. So he came in the next day, brought in Andre's 3 albums. Well, at the time, his only 3 albums at that time. So he asked me to go home, listen to them, and check them out. I said, okay. So went home, listened to all 3. My first impression was like, they're all right, they cool. But the AC album was the one that stuck out. So years later, I went back and listened to Living in the New Wave with a new, fresh set of ears, and I must say I got a little bit better appreciation for the album. And I'm not saying I never thought Andre wasn't talented, because you could hear it. I just didn't really, the music just didn't resonate with me as strong. But, I definitely got a great amount of respect for the brother. So So what was your first impression or the first time you listened to this album?
Uh, man, you know what? That's really really an interesting question because the same source you got the album from, I got the album from Skip,
Oh, okay.
but it
Shout out
was
to Skip
like
again.
you was 2004. I
Yeah.
think I heard this shit for the first time like back in 91, 92.
Oh
And he had
wow.
made me the cassettes. You know, back then we were recording on cassette tapes, and he made them for me on
Right.
cassette. You know what I mean? You know, definitely back then, I'm kind of like you because I didn't have a great appreciation for it like I do now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Certain tracks have always like kind of stuck out, but listening to it recently, within the last
Hmm.
few years, I really have a greater appreciation. You know what I'm saying? And Skip had always said that they were great albums, so you know.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, same source, man.
No
Same source.
doubt. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So again, shout out to Skip. Thank you, man. For yeah. Well, I appreciate Skip for for other stuff too, but that's another story. But so are we gonna go track for track, or you want to just briefly go through them, or
We let's just do the
how you want to do this?
five faves, and you know,
Okay.
so I'll let you go
All
first.
right. All right. So you want me to pick my five favorite?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna go with. I'll try to put mine in order. My favorite is So Fine. Um, I think this is just the jam right here. I mean, just everything. I think this is to me the standout track. The bass is just pure funk, like to the T. And the first time I actually heard this song, right, was on a Prince bootleg. It was part of the Studio Nights
Right. Right.
set, but it was the I think it's called the Untitled uh,
Yeah.
disc or whatever. But it was the instrumental. It was that song and Trouble.
Mhm.
It's just the instrumental versions, and I thought they were Prince tracks, because my copy, which I had bought from a local store over in Cincinnati, out in your neck of the woods, CD warehouse, and they didn't have no information. Like they were clearly, literally bootlegs. Like someone just copied the artwork or whatever. So I always thought they were just Prince tracks. But So Fine is definitely my number one favorite. Um, Number two would probably be I'm gonna go with Kelly's Eyes just because uh, I think that song always stood out to me when I first heard this album. I think it's just the just a real catchy chorus and overall I just think it's a good song. So number three, I got to go with Trouble. I think that's another highlight on the album. I like the whole just the music on there. The bass again, just funky. Number four, I would probably go with the title track, "Living in a New Way," which I wasn't really crazy about it years ago, but now it's just like it's a good song, and I think midway through the song, you really hear Andre just plucking that bass. So, and Number 5 for me, I'm gonna go with Ritz Club.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with that one. I think I kind of like the vibe of that. It sort of has that real demo-ish rough sound, which most of the tracks do, and it sort of reminds me of a Dirty Mind outtake. It just got
Right.
that whole vibe. So
Right. Okay. That's hot. That's hot, man. All right. Well, my fave 5. I have to agree with you. So fine. You know what I
mhm.
mean? Um, I think this is a fantastic song. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you why in a minute. But so fine.
Mhm.
Um, then my second, I go with Trouble. All right, I think Trouble is fantastic. Like they are so fine, and Trouble is like I can go back and forth with them all day because they both funky as hell.
Right.
Um, then I go with Kelly's Eyes. Uh,
See, I was going back and forth between those two, like far as like where
right.
to place them at.
Um, then I'm gonna go with Voice on the Radio. Voice on the Radio. I think that's extra hot.
Okay.
And then for my fifth
It's not a
one,
bad song.
I'm gonna go with Baby Don't Go. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So,
Right.
but with that being said, I think it was something missed on this album. And don't get me, I'm nowhere like near like no A&R person or no rec exec, but it was really something missed on this album because the two singles they released, Living in the New Wave and Kelly's Eyes, I don't think should have been the singles they released. I
Mm.
really, really don't. And I think that if I was in the position to make that decision, because this album is hot. It really is. And I kind of
Mm.
feel like if they would have released Trouble as a single first, because it kind of mixed in with what was going on at the time. You know what I'm saying? You had Zap dropping hot shit. You know,
Right.
Cameo was dropping hot shit.
Rick James.
Rick James, uh, Prince, of course. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so
The Time. And,
right.
well,
So
yeah,
this
same
fell in
thing.
line like with that same
Mm.
vibe. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I don't think Living in the New Wave, and I get it. I get it. Living in the New Wave, trying for a new sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get it. But, you know, if we talking about getting people to get into the record, you know what I mean? I think
Yeah.
Trouble should have been the first single. And then I think definitely So Fine should have been a single. You know. And
Definitely.
then you bust their head with a track like Baby Don't Go, which is like totally so far left. You know what
Mm.
I mean? That you know you ain't got no choice but say, damn, this song is the shit. Cause it was something different. You know what I mean? It was
Right.
definitely something different. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that's kind of the way I feel about this album. I feel like it was such a great album that they kind of dropped the ball on what they should have released. And I feel like me personally, if they would have did my lineup, that
Mm.
you know this album would be mentioned more than what it is because it's fantastic. It's
Right.
fantastic, man. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I can't front. I can no longer
Right.
lie. You know what I mean? So,
Well, I do partially agree with you as far as the choice of the singles. Although I think Kelly's Eyes wasn't a bad pick for a single because I could hear that being played on the radio. Trouble would have been a good choice So Fine definitely should have been uh, a single as well. See, like Baby Don't Go, I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. It's probably my least favorite song on the album, and I don't know. It's just I think I like it a little bit more now compared, a few years ago, but it still just doesn't resonate with me that strongly.
Right,
You know,
right. I
I
feel you.
I I think I like the other song. Well, it's sort of like yeah, it's a ballad in a sense. It's a little bit more mid tempo or almost mid tempo. All I Need Is You.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
That's
I
hot
like
too.
that one
That's
a
hot.
little bit more than Baby Don't Go.
Right.
But um, yeah, I mean, we forgot to, also tell another backstory. Andre, leaving Prince's camp because, he wanted to do his solo thing. Although that was already kind of planned from the beginning when he joined.
Right.
He said, he just wanted to, help Prince get
I mean, I
established and
shit. I
things.
get it. I get it because
Yeah.
living in a new way was totally hot. It was hot. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and
So
and yeah, and he left because, as far as on the business end, and felt like he wasn't getting some credit, due to his contribution, and so he said, you know what, I'm just gonna do my own thing. I mean, the sound on the music, yeah, you hear like some Minneapolis sound, but it was a little bit different to what Prince was doing at that time. Like you said, he was definitely mixing new wave and electronic, synth like pop songs, with some R&B funk.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I like I said, I definitely have a more appreciation for the album now.
Right. So
So
if you were gonna rate this album out of 5 turntables, what would you give it?
hmm see, I'm sort of torn between a strong three and a 3.5, 3.5. So, but I'm gonna put some respect on Andre's name, and I'm gonna give it a lightweight, solid 3.5.
Solid 3.5.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up.
a lightweight 3.5. But I was going for the strong three, but I'm gonna give it 3.5.
Well, me personally, again, I think this is a fantastic album.
Mm.
I'm gonna give it a strong 4, bruh.
Okay,
I'm gonna give it a strong 4 out of 5 turntables. Definitely.
okay.
You know, by being such, I mean, I just can't front, man. Like, especially like my Fave Five. I don't really think it's a throwaway on this album. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna stick with the strong 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad album. It's definitely an album that's worth checking out if you haven't heard any of Andre's stuff. I would
Right.
definitely start with this one, but I mean, there are a couple tracks to me that are a little dated, but I wouldn't say they're like completely whack. Like the song "Get It Girl" to me always sounded a little dated, although it does have some funky elements in there.
Right.
To me, it sounds like a song that I could see a lot of people back in the day breakdancing to.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
It just has that sort of robotic, electronic, type feel. But no, it's not that bad of a song now.
Right. For sure.
So,
So that's it, people.
and
You
then
know what I'm
your
saying?
one song. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, you go.
No, I was just gonna say, and then the one of your choices, "Voice on the Radio." That's not a bad song.
Voice on the radio, hot. It's hot.
Yeah,
So that's it, people. Purple Underground, Andre Cymone, Living in the New Wave review,
yeah.
right there.
And if you haven't heard it, go check it out.
This album is definitely a brick in the Minneapolis sound. Go check it out. You know,
Yeah, I agree with that.
you know, strong
So,
soul,
and
solid 3.5.
3.5,
Hey,
and much respect, much props to Andre,
yeah,
and and everybody like his fans. Big shout out to our homegirl Angel Chestnut,
yes, yes,
die die hard Andre Cymone fam,
yeah,
FAM.
yes.
So yeah. So other than that, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and we're gonna keep dropping these videos. Appreciate it. My
All
name
right,
is Micah, aka CMS.
and it's your boy P. Ross, and we in the building. Purple Underground forever. Peace.